Over the years, we've all watched those heartbreaking performances when a skater literally falls apart under competition pressure. And yet, in the competition before, that skater shined. And in the practices, they looked totally ready and well prepared, but then they fall apart. Where does that come from? I remember back in the 80s when I was training and getting ready for the Calgary Olympics and the intense pressure the Canadian team were going to face at those games. Skate Canada brought in the help of a sports psychologist. Sports psychology was exciting. It was a new frontier, and it made all the difference to the performances of Elizabeth Manley, Brian Orser, and Rob McCall and myself.
By assessing how you are, you don't turn into a victim, and you can start to act in accordance with your beliefs.
Ready? This is a 2-minute program. Do your walkthrough for the first jump, and then we'll get out the chute.
Not like it's him and I playing to an audience, it's him and I playing to each other, and the audience might have to be included.
Well, joining me today is the sports psychologist at those games for the Canadian team, Dr. Peter Jensen. And Peter, I know you've worked with the skaters in many different types of sports at the Olympics over the years since then. What are the challenges that a skater in particular has to face in their field of competition?
First of all, the audience surrounds the skater. The skater's alone.
Brian Schubert.
And it's very easy for people to judge figure skating.
All of those characteristics can lead to tremendous pressure. That mental stress causes physical symptoms for some that hinder skating the best.
When your breath is coming out in a staccato manner, there's a good chance you're thinking about things in here that are not going to be beneficial out there.
Sometimes a well-meaning fan can even add to a skater's burden. Peter Jensen recalls walking through the Ottawa airport with Brian Orser prior to the Calgary Olympics in 1988.
They think they're being funny, but they're saying things like, "Don't let us down," and "We're counting on you," and they're laughing. But he hears that. And I always say to the athletes, in an Olympic year, it's like you have a backpack. And people keep putting things into it. And you got to stop and empty that backpack every so often, because that's expectation.
How do you help them find perspective and clear the expectations?
Well, your body doesn't speak English or French, that your body speaks image. People can't do things they can't imagine. You have to learn to translate for yourself. A skater who only does a single jump cannot image a triple jump. They don't know what the world looks like spinning 3 times.
Yes, one more time.
Which is why we use harnesses, which is why we use gravity-free platforms, etc., to try to give them the feelings and experience of that jump so that they can do it more in here.
But all the strategy to deal with fear and pressure is for nothing if the skater doesn't first acknowledge their feelings.
Sometimes we're afraid to admit, I'm afraid, I'm scared, I'm this, I'm that. Because we think if we talk about it, it's going to grow, it's going to get bigger. The irony is, the minute you start to talk about it, it shrinks. The only reality is the inner reality. And so you got layers. You tell yourself stories, you imagine parts of it, you create the feelings. But what I tell the athletes is, what's under every feeling? Energy. What are you going to do with that energy? Channel it into your performance.
A Skater's Life, brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Be your healthy best.